Nearly 3,000 people lost their lives on September 11, 2001. More than 6,000 were injured. Tens of thousands of people typically worked in the Pentagon and the World Trade Center, and most were able to escape. While all who endured that terrible day can be considered brave, there are some who went above and beyond in trying to save lives, and ultimately prevented the tragedy from becoming much, much worse. While the planes were hitting the World Trade Center, 27-year-old Jason Thomas was dropping off his daughter to his mother in Long Island. When Thomas heard what had transpired, he changed into his Marine Corps uniform he had sitting in his trunk. He was a former sergeant who had been out of the Corps for a year. Yet that did not stop him as he sped toward Manhattan. Someone needed help. It didn't matter who, Thomas said. I didn't even have a plan. But I have all this training as a Marine, and all I could think was, my city is in need. Around the same time in Wilton, Connecticut, Dave Carnes was working in his office at Deloitte watching the attack unfold on TV. "We're at war," the former Marine Staff Sergeant said to his colleagues, before telling his boss he might not be back for a while. After changing into his Marine uniform, he drove toward New York City at 120 miles per hour. Once both Marines reached the collapsed towers, the site was now covered in ash and debris. They began searching for survivors and soon found each other. Their only gear was a couple of flashlights and a military entrenching tool. Along with other first responders, the pair climbed over the dangerous field of metal, concrete and dust, calling out, "United States Marines. If you can hear us, yell or tap." When they reached a depression in the rubble of what had been the South Tower, they heard yelling. Trapped below were New York Port Authority police officers. Carnes told Thomas to get to a high point to direct rescuers to the site, then called his wife and sister on his cell phone and told them to relay his location to the New York police. The two officers, William Jimino and John McLaughlin, were on the main concourse between the towers when the South Tower began to fall. They made it into a freight elevator before the collapse. All were alive but seriously injured, trapped approximately 20 feet below the surface. Once they heard the voices of the Marines, Jimino began shouting the code for officer down, 813. 813. After they were located amid the unstable mountain of debris, it took rescue workers roughly 3 hours to dig out Jimino, and another 8 to reach McLaughlin, who was buried further down. The unbridled bravery of a first responder is no doubt the greatest asset of any community. These men were driven by no one other than themselves. With each waking moment, they must answer the very real thought of, can I win this fight? It is hard to understand that level of extreme determination and valor. Someone willing to risk their personal safety for rescue. Someone able to overcome anguish with compassion. Someone willing to throw caution to the wind for others, with zero assurance of success. Someone whom embodies the heart of Jesus, who questioned his disciples asking, "However, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth?" Luke 18 verse 8. Have you ever been on what could have been considered a suicide mission? If so, how did things turn out? If not, how is your appreciation for those who do? Comment below and please subscribe, so you'll never miss another modern everyday parable.